Under the Lonesome up. Yeah, man. So enough work me I do, you know. So I should have come back early on. So when I get to come back early on, I have to run this before, because I have something I want to run. But I have to run. I need to get serious. See? But here what I do now. I draw back for me at night, huh? Because I get to run, I run, you know. I run that maybe tomorrow. But I have to draw back for the night. I'm going to dissect that thing because the two leaders them from the Caribbean, when I see, you know, got talk at the in a UK the other day. Yeah? When meet them guys up this and you got talk, but more, you know, compare Jamaican Prime Minister, more listen him speech. Because, you know, some people put it up and say, yeah, and put them up themselves and put it up and applaud themselves. And then, you know, we as a bigger country to Barbados, so coming like a little parish, you know, but a rule with, you know, I push out more things for them people. Yeah, Barbados coming like a little parish, you know, to we, you know. And I hear where the Prime Minister not go. Him not go for raffle no feather, you know. Yeah, him no start about be a Jamaica, we do this. I hear where the Prime Minister Barbados start. And it pick out, pan a serious one, it pick out real leader. From some little goofy business and them thing there. Yeah. Pan a serious one, no joke about it. See? It pick out real leaders. More to listen good. It pick out real leaders from goofy. You have real leaders and you have goofies. See? So I'm going to play Andrew's speech. I'm going to play this right now. And just listen, I want to listen carefully. Because remember, you know, we are talking about the world and we are talking about climate change and everything. But more you listen where Andrew say carefully, and then I listen me and Mottley carefully. You understand? When you get opportunity to speak, if you go speak up. You understand? But just hear theme, just listen this. They want to give themselves pat on the shoulder when I pet people. You understand? So I'm going to make the Prime Minister of Jamaica speak first. Yeah? So just listen this. Right? Alright. Hear this.
Mr. President, Excellencies, colleagues, as we gather here at COP26 in the context of a pandemic, the message is clear. Climate change remains a preeminent priority for global action. As we have come to appreciate with the pandemic, no one is safe until everyone is safe. So too with climate change. All countries must act responsibly and with ambition to preserve our climate for current and future generations. Importantly, the pandemic demonstrated that the world has the capacity to develop global solutions in record time when we believe and agree that the problem threatens our safety and security. It also demonstrated the need for equity. Equity is similarly critical to our response to climate change. Countries that have profited the most from carbon over decades have a responsibility to make resources and technology available to others to adapt and transition to low carbon economies.
All right. Here the monkey rinse. I'm going to start now. Just listen, you know. Just want to listen.
This was the basis of the 2009 100 billion per year pledge, which still needs to be met if the developing world is to achieve our resilience and low carbon emission goals. Additionally, if we are to have any realistic chance of meeting our climate ambitions, we need financing that is predictable, less fragmented, and easier to access. Allow me to emphasize that for small island developing states, the greater need is for funding for loss and damage,
Listen,
which
you know.
is necessary for our protection and recovery from disasters, as well as for adaptation. There are creative funding solutions. For example, With grant support from our development partners, Jamaica became the first small island state in the world to independently sponsor a catastrophe bond which will provide financial protection against losses from hurricanes.
So I'm gonna tell the first band, and it's so nice to people, right? Jamaica, just pay Jamaica. Just listen him. Yeah, you talk to the world leaders them now. And what them fi do. But just listen him, cause you know my talk, just listen him.
Also, with GCF support, we launched a
We
green bond project with our stock exchange towards mobilizing domestic and regional capital to finance resilient infrastructure projects. Furthermore, in collaboration with the UK government, the GCF, and Oxford University, we are developing a predictive climate risk tool to identify vulnerable areas and guide the building of infrastructure. This will also support sound investment decision making. Colleagues, while climate change affects all countries, the impact on small island developing states is disproportionately greater. Climate change threatens our very survival. Meeting the 1.5 target is a matter of life and death for us. We are at a pivotal moment in history. All countries must increase their NDC ambitions to get us back on track. Despite significant fiscal constraints and development.
You might just talk about we in Jamaica. Remember we are talking about climate change now, and we want to talk to the big country them that them play them part because of them. If you deal with climate, you have to deal with them because our little country never not push out nothing like what them a push out. See? I do the world. So just listen to him. Just listen to him talking. Just listen to him.
Challenges. Jamaica is active. We submitted our enhanced NDCs in June.
We Jamaica I'm talk about, you know. Yes, sir, you know. Like we're alright, we're okay. Just listen to him. Just listen to him.
2020, one of the first countries to do so.
See it? First country.
Our implementation plan.
When the EM's the first country already with the insurance we will pay for. So if we have any hurricane, so we must look at it because we get money and stock exchange and all kind of things. Then people them here talk to, you know. All right, listen, go on.
Last month, we have commenced preparation for our 2050 long-term emissions reduction and climate resilience strategy. Our climate-smart agriculture projects are integrating technology. And once
integrated technology, I know, and agriculture smart. I don't know which part of Jamaica that they, but I just pay Jamaica I'm attack. So we don't have no problem. So I'm going to tell them what we are do. All right? Go on, listen.
attracting young people.
Attracting young people.
Mangrove restoration program is well underway together with
Our mangrove restoration.
efforts to plant 3 million trees in 3 years. And our fish sanctuaries and pilot programs for reef restoration are effectively engaging coastal communities. Colleagues, our actions will determine whether the planet will remain livable for future generations. Let us all play our part and meet this moment with urgent and decisive action.
So that yeah, and them short from them office. All right. So I look upon a little state now where coming like one of our parish. Now have so much people neither. Like Kingston and St. Andrew. But me just hear what me and Mottley say when she talk to them now. Because she talk to the bigger heads, right? So him get to talk to them, she talk to them, right? Let me just hear this. See?
Please welcome the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley.
Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the pandemic has taught us that national solutions to global problems do not work. We come to Glasgow with global ambition to save our people and to save our planet. But we now find three gaps. On mitigation, climate pledges or NDCs. Without more, we will leave the world on a pathway to 2.7 degrees, and with more, we are still likely to get to 2 degrees. These commitments, made by some, are based on technologies yet to be developed, and this is at best reckless and at worst dangerous. On finance, we are $20 billion short of the $100 billion, and this commitment, even then, might only be met in 2023.
I should come out chat at them about them money with them send it chat, and she tell about the climate and wait. I should come out chat at them same time. That's why listener.
On adaptation finance remains only at 25%, not the 50-50 split that was promised nor needed given the warming that is already taking place on this earth.
Chat at them same time because of them you go for talk to. You know, go for tell them about your plant tree and all kind of thing. Just listen now.
Climate finance to frontline small island developing states declined by 25% in 2019. Failure to provide the critical finance and that of loss and damage is measured, my friends, in lives and livelihoods in our communities. This is immoral and it is unjust. If Glasgow is to deliver on the promises of Paris, it must close these three gaps.
Right away, the woman attack them. Right away. You promise the smaller state, them and the third world country, them this and that. I want to mash up this, but you not fulfill nothing. Right away, she attack them. Just listen.
So I ask to you, what must we say to our people living on the front line in the Caribbean, in Africa, in Latin?
You what the woman say? She not said Jamaica, Bapa, say Barbados, just that, you know. First, she attack them in the Caribbean, in Africa. She talk up for the people, them what them abuse and use everything and use resources like Africa and them place there. Just listen, leaders. I know leaders from Goofy. Just listen.
America, in the Pacific.
Yeah, there.
When both ambition and regrettably some of the needed faces at Glasgow are not present. What excuse should we give for the failure? In the words of that Caribbean icon Eddie Grant, will they mourn us on the front line? When will we, as world leaders across the world, address the pressing issues that are truly causing our people angst and worry, whether it is climate or whether it is vaccines? Simply put, when will leaders lead? Our people are watching, and our people are taking note. And are we really going to leave Scotland without the resolve and the ambition that is sorely needed to save lives and to save our planet? How many more voices and how many more pictures of people must we see on these screens without being able to move? Or are we so blinded and hardened that we can no longer appreciate the cries of humanity? I have been saying to Barbadians for many years that many hands make...
It's at the moment the same time when them talk and she just tell about one wine, but she talk about the whole, the Caribbean, Africa, Central America, the whole place. See? Before she even said something about even our country. She cover everybody and attack them same time.
Work. Today, we need the correct mix of voices, ambition, and action. Do some leaders in this world believe that they can survive and thrive on their own? Have they not learned from the pandemic? Can there be peace and prosperity if 1/3 of the world literally prospers and the other 2/3 of the world live under siege and face calamitous threats?
You man talk about the world. You tell me now, just show me now where you talk about leaders and goofies. She right. If you want something go right across, if you make the world well stabilize. You understand? You can't have the big boys, them, I do all kind of things. He might talk about planting tree and what Jamaican take out all kind of foolishness. She attack them same time. Them just like one of our parish. Them they have so much people like over in Portmore.
our well-being. What the world needs now, my friends, is that which is within the ambit of less than 200 persons who are willing and prepared to lead. Leaders must not fail those who elect them to lead. And I say to you, there is a sword that can cut down this Gordian knot, and it has been wielded before. The central banks of the wealthiest countries engaged in $25 trillion of quantitative easing in the last 13 years. 25 trillion. Of that, 9 trillion was in the last 18 months to fight the pandemic. Had we used that 25 trillion to purchase bonds, to finance the energy transition, or the transition of how we eat, or how we move ourselves in transport, we would now today be reaching that 1.5 degrees limit that is so vital to us. I say to you today in Glasgow that an annual increase in the SDRs of $500 billion a year for 20 years, put in a trust to finance the transition, is the real gap, Secretary General, that we need to close, not the 50 billion being proposed for adaptation. And if 500 billion sounds big to you, guess what? It is just 2% of the 25 trillion. This is the sword we need to wield. Our excitement 1 hour into this event is far less than it was 6 months ago leading up to this event. Can we, with those voices and these speeches from Sir David and others, find it within ourselves to get the resolve to bring Glasgow back on track? Or do we leave today believing that it was a failure before it starts? Our world, my friends, stands at a fork in the road. One no less significant than when the United Nations was formed in 1945. But then, the majority of our countries here did not exist. We exist now. The difference is we want to exist 100 years from now.
Good.
And if our existence is to mean anything, then we must act in the interests of all of our people who are dependent on us. And if we don't, we will allow the path of greed and selfishness to sow the seeds of our common destruction. The leaders of today, not 2030, not 2050, must make this choice. It is in our hands. And our people and our planet need it more than ever. We can work with who is ready to go because the train is ready to leave. And those who are not yet ready, we need to continue to ring circle and to remind them that their people, not our people, but their citizens, need them to get on board as soon as possible. Code red to the G7 countries. Code red
Sure.
to the G20. Earth to COP, that's what it said. Earth to COP. For those who have eyes to see, for those who have ears to listen, and for those who have a heart to feel, 1.5 is what we need to survive. 2 degrees, yes, SG, is a death sentence for the people of Antigua and Barbuda, for the people of the Maldives, for the people of Dominica and Fiji, for the people of Kenya and Mozambique, and yes, for the people of Samoa and Barbados.
Call our country, just mention our country name just one more time, but you call every you see about real leaders. Eh? Talk for everybody. See, I'm gonna tell you about planting tree and what we do. And the first in the world, may I play him back?
We do not want that dreaded death sentence. And we've come here today to say, try harder, because our people, the climate army, the world, the planet, needs our actions now, not next year, not in the next decade. Thank you.
I think that full to man. You see it?
Please welcome.
So we are looking for real leaders. I'm going to play him back same time because I hear what him really say. I play him back same time. Him talk less, but I play him back same time. So she attack them same time. Same time, man, no business. Him on got talk about Jamaica the first in the world. And look what going on Jamaica. Eh? Our boss like we alright. Eh? Look, listen.
Mr. President, Excellencies, colleagues, as we gather here at COP26 in the context of a pandemic, the message is clear. Climate change remains a preeminent priority for global action. As we have come to appreciate with the pandemic, no one is safe until everyone is safe. So too with climate change. All countries must act responsibly and with ambition to preserve our climate for current and future generations. Importantly, the pandemic demonstrated that
Just you hear him say our country for act in the future. You have some small state like our one. It's not even a state like in a state. Like in a US. No big so no populated so and them thing. They saying we not push so much of them carbon and them thing. They saying you must say our country he or she talk. For some country where they might try to keep down, you can't have 1/3 of the country and move forward, the world and move forward and 2/3 suffer. Can't work. Just listen him.
the world has the capacity to develop global solutions in record time when we believe and agree that the problem threatens our safety and security. It also demonstrated the need for equity. Equity is similarly critical to our response to climate change. Countries that have profited the most from carbon over decades have a responsibility to make resources and technology available to others to adapt and transition to low carbon economies. This was the basis of the 2009 100 billion per year pledge, which still needs to be met if the developing world is to achieve our resilience and low carbon emission goals. Additionally, if we are to have any realistic chance of meeting our climate ambitions, we need financing that is predictable, less fragmented, and easier to access. Allow me to emphasize that for small island developing states, the greater need is for funding for loss and damage, which is necessary for our protection and recovery from disasters, as well as for adaptation. For example, with grant support from our development partners.
You might tell the grant support and I big them up. Grant support. Grant away and I pay back. So you might tell us say him pay something with grant support. For you bund them out like how the woman bund them out. And them a mash up the world. So here.
Jamaica became the first small island state
When I run competition against the first small island state. For do what?
in the world
In
independently sponsor a catastrophe bond which will provide financial protection against losses from hurricanes. Also, with GCF support, we launched a green bond project with our stock exchange towards mobilizing domestic and regional capital to finance resilient infrastructure projects. Furthermore, in collaboration with the UK government, the GCF, and Oxford University, we are developing a predictive climate risk tool to identify vulnerable areas and guide the building of infrastructure. This will also support sound investment decision making. Colleagues, while climate change affects all countries, the impact on small island developing states is disproportionately greater. Climate change threatens our very survival. Meeting the 1.5 target is a matter of life and death for us. We are at a pivotal moment in history. All countries must increase their NDC ambitions to get us back on track. Despite significant fiscal constraints and development challenges, Jamaica is active. We submitted our enhanced NDCs in June 2020.
Pay Jamaica and boast about, you submit, we get grant for go do this, for a plan 3. Him not at them.
One of the first countries to do so, and launched our implementation plan last month.
One of the first country to do so. Him attack them again.
We have
Not at them.
preparation for our 2050 long-term emissions reduction and climate resilience strategy. Our climate-smart agriculture projects are integrating technology and once again attracting young people. Our mangrove restoration program is well underway together with our efforts to plant 3 million trees in 3 years.
People in Jamaica, which part the Prime Minister come to now, so when I plant 3 million tree, 1 million tree out here, which part the tree them I plant? Because me not hear about that and know about that. So I'm come here start talking, this is what, so we are gonna stop the earth from the climate and the climate change. Because what we are do, the woman attack for everybody right across the globe. I want mash up the place and what them for do, and you just talk about Jamaica. But yes, still, you look power road and look power thing them. When I talk about a foolishness.
Well, fish sanctuaries and pilot programs for reef restoration are effectively engaging coastal communities. Colleagues,
Me no know coastal community them engage. Tell I tell. You see one Jamaica where them a drop is state of emergency. Nobody now engage no coastal and plant no tree and all. Can me not see that yet.
actions will determine whether the planet will remain livable for future generations. Let us all play our part and meet this moment with urgent and decisive action.
And put up him thing. Yeah. So me listen me a Mottley. And me listen him. You go up on a big stage. And either instead of when you go up on a big stage, instead of them attack them same time and whap them same time. No time for that. Jamaica get money, grant, and them pay for your ban. And our state we run, because Jamaica do the right thing, we pay for your ban. So when we have hurricane, nobody now get no place fix back on them thing there. The little word for fix the other day, we had the Prime Minister come out and say, up in Mavis Bank up there, so well people have to move because we don't have no money for this. Then if we pay for the ban and them thing there and the flood come and rain and them thing and wash away, we're not supposed to get some insurance money for fix it. You're not supposed to come out to the government coffers. No. See? And them are talk for plant 3 million tree in 3 years. And them are talk to people right now and fish sanctuary and I do all kind of thing. I not say nothing like this they're input in a place, nothing. See? But you hear this woman now come with a place Barbados so because like one of our parish. There have been so much people not so populated. And she attack on a real stage and attack to them. Who know I mash up this. Who know if pledge and put this in this. Who no need to look but not just the Caribbean but Africa too and down in Central America and South America and the whole place. Even no mention nothing about them place there about we and we are putting this and this. I tell you, when you get on big stage where you go talk to the people them and say, hey, stop this and stop do that. You not do it. You not do it. You understand? You not do it. And that may I try to show you. You see? You just go on it like and the man them listen. When she talk, they will show some real leaders. Me show Mrs. couple of the real leaders. Me say the Prime Minister of Britain there, so. Me see the Prime Minister of Canada, me see some of the big people them, where them turn the light when me am up there talk. And the whole of them make sure. And I listen. And she no business shots are red for this, red for the G7. Red for the G20, the richest of the country them. Red flag, red thing the for Uno. Saying, and talk to Uno, say Uno. See, she just talk to them. Just look on that. If we get real leaders. They might fight over the cockpit country now and go dig it out now. No, afraid for talk because you see sometimes when him go talk and talk to them and say like, alright, like this. Gonna come in at your place and them thing there. Gun make a US, so we are chat straight. Them make a US, we don't make shot, we don't make the gun, them we don't make nothing like that. But them a reach by your shore. Same like how US used to take for your plane, seize the plane them when we go up on it, and they have to pay how much million for release and all kind of things, and people are get, extradited, got Spain. Same way gonna come in your place if you chat to them and say, no, this can't work. We have to go do and make sure the thing don't leave out on the thing. Same like how we have to tighten up our security and nothing can come on a plane and nothing. The same thing we have to do back to we. Same exact thing. This is how we gun, but no, them can't come there. They yes, gonna come this, gonna come that way, gonna come from all about. Even the gun them are there yet. Where you think they come from? Go look for most of them where them come from, the man. You see me I say, but no, you're afraid to talk to people them. If it's a state and you're prime minister, you can talk to them. If you talk to them, they understand. You talk to them, you don't stoop up to like some little lappiest dog or some little puppy. You don't do that. Don't do it. You understand? Now, only have the strength for your own people them. Mass them run it up. How much money? Get to people who do all kind of little things and nobody not to talk for no talk for them. But when you did pan world stage, you talk up for the world and for your country and for you don't do that. You point out but you have ban and you have plant trees. So you everybody for act and them do what you do. But me I do it, so me can get some grants. So me I go tell them so me I do what them want me to do. Eh? We have the amount of care and we have going much kind of factories and do all kind of things for mash up the world. Eh? And them big country that do what them do. And I build what them build. We don't even have plane. We not train. We have truly car in our place. See? You understand what we are do? They are telling 3 million trees and Jamaica, the first small state in the world. And all the boast panel you're talking. No make no sense. But yes, when you look at the infrastructure, if you try to do that, then you have to fix the infrastructure. Don't lapidate the infrastructure and make things more can move up and better off for Jamaicans. We don't think for do that. The Prime Minister, we don't think for do that. See? I mean, just say a man, how does Michael just say, boy, him is a JLP, but hear this now, you see me, me a Jamaican. We don't want to say me a JLP and me a PMP, me not vote. But, if me a vote, me no just take my vote and just get anybody you can't just come tell me no foolishness. My vote valuable. So if me a your boss, me and the rest of people, them in the place where your boss, you have to come talk to me. Any MP, Jamaica for change. You have to come and see us. So when you talk to them have to come talk to you. See? Why am I for vote for you? Me know why you come tell me about no road and no water. Or if you use that for, that means make me look stupid. You can't come put me in a bus and bust me up and carry me and then I'm gonna ring bell or sweep broom and show fist. And they chat one bag of foolishness and me go there and hey, me have no way what I mean. Just make a bag of nice when people make nice. Me not do that, me not join that thing there. Me like here, go on, I'm want to see something go on. You see me I say? I want to see something go on. So, if me not see something go on or whatever, you can't get my vote. Because if you promise you're going to do something and you not do it, where you get my vote for? Eh? Me I give you a job for bully me? You crazy? No, man. When me know, in another way around where some people think, You see me I say? Them love use the big word, we like break it down. Them use big word and the big word, they really catch the people them head. Alright. This when the election come, you see man take off all them shoes and them come promise. Yeah man, them a tell you about water, man. You see me I say water, and them come a run bar and ask where you drink. I see the whole of them you to a police don't want them again. Cause you see bus come for them and the police must bother them. You understand? Yeah man. And then you see them run out and when them run out and them carry you go and line up a back of crowd. And I tell you now, give a little 2 grand and 5 grand. If you take out the old people, them for just make sure them come vote. Them not busy about nothing again. Look for your infrastructure. Oh, long. This is go on. But you still, the education ministry again, and some 100 million missing from that again, And they must send somebody them investigate now and all kind of things. Again. Me not talk about real thing, It's the next thing this missing again. So it's a thing where them love put them under the cookie jar. But the Prime Minister did promise. But the corruption, say him got anything one thing with him government. I will remind you, you know. Me personally, I will remind you. Because you have to get your mind about these things, you know. The media houses, if them did not do this, like any other media houses, I think you'll get a better balance. But tell me what the media houses, politicians have them in them pocket too. So it's hard to get a balance. You know, because none of them now will come face and come and say, yo, this wrong. And point out what you say when you're opposition. So you're a leader now and where you're the wrong. Them not going to do that. And them friend, them make money that way. Do you understand? So them call them stakeholders. Them call them stakeholders. So you know, them now come and point out the truth to the people. Them no business. You understand? So this now, we know say alright, them thing are time fit stop. Time fit stop. You have to hold them accountable for everything with them doing. Them are do bad for over this long time. And now we have to hold them accountable. I say we can't find this. Say we can't find that one now. There's some things. And but the Prime Minister himself did say to you know, say we for hold him say for hold him and other people accountable. Him did say it. You see me I say and I like him not say it. Them come, them pray. A matter of fact, accountable. Sure, him did say it. See that? Him say well thinking Jamaican, right? So when you can't talk and make a thing, you know say okay, a good thing you do because this is what the Prime Minister did say. Listen. Him himself. So you see, sometimes you say something you can't make a word on to, you know. Listen.
All well-thinking Jamaicans should raise their voice in concert against the high levels of crime and against the government in not doing enough in controlling crime. All well-thinking Jamaicans should raise their voice in concert against the high levels of crime and against the government in not doing enough in controlling crime.
So that's a theme said. So the things them when say, and if you raise a voice in concert together against anything around, against crime, most you know anything you know, if you raise a voice in concert, unity, one, just raise a voice and talk to him. You see me I say, him say him do good in a crime, you know. In them just release that the other day Sunday when them release the thing, say yeah man. And them can tell us say the commissioner pan film watch and the judge when I judge, them do very well in a crime. And if you do very well in a crime, they call a state of emergency. Same manage crime wonderful. He manage crime, you know, excellent. Saying and him say, you know, the security minister and the commissioner and the chief of staff that are Rocky Mead, him say but him proud of them record man. Him say it. See? Say them manage it good. See? In the same breath, them are ask you that and you tell you say you're proud of your record. But in your same breath, you call a state of emergency. In your same breath, them say Andrew Bright. But me tell you this, in your same breath, and me I back you, you know. I just to me talk truthful, you know. You understand me like talk truthful. Let me show you my back man, you know. Let me just tell you, because I don't want to watch this. It's where you come and say we have 190 per death per every 100,000. And we know we run it off. Because the bigger you run it off, it's better for you. You run it off because you want to launch the state of emergency, you say 190 per 100,000. 1 million like you 1,900 death. 1 million. And me I point it out to you. I remember I've grown it at 3 million, at 5,700 death. That's the depend you watch, sir. You all condemn yourself for sure, say you can't run the thing, you put something on your watch where you never realize where you say things where you jack up some things, you just learn something and I put yourself in a more hell. I mean, me just talk that people understand me. I mean, I point to tell you, say, listen, I think we never 1,700 death yet for a year, don't it? We don't think so, don't it? No. You understand? So you are jack up your own thing. Although me have burn you out for the wrongs, but still we not build up on where you are say. Because you put out the wrong figure, sir. If you learn something, you destroy yourself. You never see what you do. You go calculate it and get the people who calculate. Me not have to use nothing to calculate it, man. See? But you destroy your own self by come and tell me lie. But you have show we say you can't manage crime. None at all. Yesterday I say you do good, but you put it up. Remember, you know, if per 100,000, and we are talking about 3 million, we just round it off. Per 100,000. Wait 1,000 yet. So right away you put yourself out of, you more do damage to yourself. See? So we not play, but you not play that role. You want to show the people them say, yo, him get the maths wrong. When I play with figures and things, it's detrimental to him and him never see it. Just launch where them I tell you bag of foolishness and you want to launch it. You destroy yourself and push out all wrong figures. See? If you have 1,500 dead like last year, so 1,500, then you have 3 million. 3 million. And you have that will come out to like 50 life loss per 100,000. Because you run it off like that. Remember, you know, that means January 50 after dead, you know. It means January you can have 20 dead, February you can have 70 dead, March you can have 40 dead, but it still come up to, when the year done, it come up to 1,500. See? So if you have 1,500 and you round it off, remember, you know, 50, 10, 50 or 500. Got 1,500, right? I remember say per 100,000. See? And 100,000 times 10, that means 1 million. 100,000 times 10, 1 million. So you'd find 500 per million. Me just work it out simple maths, right? And you put it at 3 million. Remember, if the people them less, it will push up the figure same. So you even run it off even better for him. Can I tell you? Maybe 1.5. Then you have a higher ratio of debt. You not 50, it will go up. So you run it off at, let me do everything for help him. I'm going to try to show you. See? They want to push it out, I tell you, because they want to push a state of emergency, but I put these things for them watch. Can you imagine? So I push the debt toll of over 5,000. If him go 1,000, if him go 190 per 100,000, there is no, you push the debt toll to the population we have, you push the debt toll of 5,700. See? You go 190, remember it's not a million people alone we have. So you push the debt toll, even if I did million, you check 1 million, you put it at 1,900, that means I beat every figure. For me, I keep them figure down, say people are dead how much. You know, 1,004, 1,003, 1,002, 1,006. We never go 1,009, never. So you push up, you push yourself, and you part, and you have a multiply. You see, you have to add it, you know. Multiply by 3. See, the 1 million. See? And then that means the 1,900, you multiply that by 3, you know. See? And then you get the 5,700. That him I put on him watch and destroy himself. See? For just launch something. So it have to sound so barbaric, and because remember, you know, for launch a state of emergency, you know, something I feel going experiment will threaten national security on a big level. So you say, okay, make we launch this. I like when you have one of them big things like when you have the hurricane. Big disaster where you know it's a whole place and flatten, yes, alright. Because you have a state of emergency for straighten out this, we could keep off them people, then we have the soldier them out and thing away, you know, set back some bridges and do some things, see? So when him come and do these things, he might hurt himself. By telling lie and jacking up figures. You hurt yourself, sir. No way you do. That'll make it, and remember what you can do, come and take it back and say you manage crime, when you push up that by your watch. Eh? Because you don't love that talk big word, you know, but when you now realize you have people like me who calculate up things fast and I show you say, yo, stop hurt yourself, man. Stop it, man. When you now tend to nobody. Listen, the poor people them in Jamaica coming like the poor people them in Jamaica coming like with the in a Palestine. And the one them up at top coming like Iraqi. No Iraqi, Israeli. See? We come like Iraqis or Palestine. We like when they are Palestine. See? Yeah, man, like the people in Palestine. So you send them out now, state of emergency, soldiers have the power, so they can lock you up and them detain you long and all kind of things. And the Prime Minister come out and say, I'm going to use it until the court say this and that. So I'm going to continue to use it. But you say you have a crime plan. You can't tell the people you have a crime. You can't just, listen, election and about, let me tell you, and about for us, poor, all right, you have some people, over the years, them do this. Them fight you down and them run up and down and do all kind of things. If you can't manage it, you never make man a yard manage it. You never make him manage it. You could have make him manage it, but if you can't manage it, just make somebody else manage it, man. You should have make man a yard, he might go for the leadership, make him manage it. See? But you say you keep them honest, and anybody do anything where you do and all kind of things, and this way, you know, this, nobody can take this no more. And like Uncle them can't tell you foolish this and you listen. Or if you have an advisor, like a Google, now anything where the man them say, you say them advise you for do state of emergency because this. It's so silly. And then Rocky Mead come and say the reason for the state of emergency because that give the police, the soldier them the powers, police powers. And that the man say, you know? We couldn't believe it. That the man say. See? That's what the man say. Rocky, me say me have it so. You see what the man say. And this sickening, you know, I mean, this shouldn't be, you understand? You have state of emergency. If you have it, come on, man. You can't have state of emergency and you tell somebody something and you know say nothing never goes so. It's bad, man. I say I can't find Rocky Mead. All right, see me? All right, so this is what the Rocky Mead say. With the state of emergency we just launch. You understand? See? Man go para state to make Jamaica look alright. This is what Rocky Mead say, you know. Hear what the man say? Yeah.
Situation has proven to be well beyond the sphere of normal routine policing, and the JDF can more effectively assist the JCF if we have the powers we have requested.
We have requested. So them people advise him. So you see why the man call the thing? And about because when I tell you and I give some figures and I hurt himself. And him not realize him I hurt himself with the figures. Eh? The man said the pause when because him want the soldier them when you call state of emergency, them get police powers can arrest you out the road and do all kind of things. Eh? And at this is what the man tell him to do, and at that him do, and then come and tell lie. You the man tell the truth, yeah? Yeah? You the man, yeah.
And the JDF can more effectively assist the JCF if we have the powers we have requested. I will now give an indication of the boundaries of the respective police divisions.
So them request the power and them get the power. So them just tell him and him just tell him what to do soldier, you know. Eh? Soldier. Eh? I tell him say yeah. And the police, yeah man, him just request it and him just come and call and tell them call state of emergency because him wow. You know lead the country. Eh? Rocky me they look like them have sense. You see them man look like them under those ear alone in last for the head man. Eh? The man look like him senile. I'm going to retirement soon. Must I go to retirement right now? Eh? Him fi go check Bosley, man. You understand, man? Go check Bosley, man. Come and see them advertise, man. Hear the man?
The situation has proven to be well beyond the sphere of normal routine policing, and the JDF can more effectively assist the JCF if we have the powers we have requested.
If we have the power, we requested. Request the power. So that this is why the Prime Minister called the state of emergency and him come talk to me and I tell me some things where it don't even make sense. Me never want to play them, but them don't make no sense. See, let me hear what I say so. Hear what I say so now with the people them when them say them dead now. Hear this.
And there's one element of the conversation which is always hidden in the public debate. What of the rights of the victims?
Victims. So that's why yesterday can't put me in front of them people have to talk. Because when you say right of the victim, I said no, but I said the right of the people, I don't want them turn a victim. I don't want the right of a dead person when I can't carry back. And that you want defend when somebody dead. Not when them alive. Just listen here.
Who speaks for the people who have been killed?
Who have been
Of
killed.
their constitutional rights.
Mm-hmm.
Who defends those rights?
You want to defend me right when I'm dead? Okay.
Of the 1,300 or more Jamaicans that have been murdered in this country. Is that academic? Or so it would appear. My job as Prime Minister is to preserve and protect the rights of the citizens.
So you preserve, and protect the right of the citizen. But you can protect them when they're dead. Not when you're alive. Not when you're alive. You see me, I say not when you're alive. Because you have some people you call out and you not see the Prime Minister come out and say nothing. But when you're dead, they're going to protect the rights of the citizen. A dead one. If it's academic, when you're dead, I could send in the police there. I could start do some beat and foot. I could do some police community and policing, community policing. And reach out to your man and start do some things where, and start create some employment and start do some things. Your man in the same garrison them and start clean out. Let me tell you this, as I tell you before, if you have police just come out of the station, now walk with a big coat. I don't know what, just start walk and reason with the people them on a daily basis, we don't know things. When them son no come and them can't deal with them now go hide it. You see me I say? Me don't know right them I must say Google Gaga. But in speech them no right none at all because you can't go say who protect them rights. The 1,000 had been dead, who protect them rights. So even if you come out and say you protect them rights, it bring it back. Why you never protect them rights when them alive? But we don't do things to uplift for country. Why we hold back the young youth them? Why we do all these kind of things? No job, nothing at all. See? And now with that now, me say them give the same man name well read 5 more years for film contract. He might get paid without work. I said, come on, Brown. I said, go. Not even, the man now work 10 years, free money. Buy a house for 45 million the other day. See? And I know the woman, them take the woman and put millions in her book, in her name, and them heat the book. And them, no. Right now, them put out the case till March the 9th, 2020. From 2019. It's detrimental for send a strong signal, but the man up and down I walk freely and them alright. See? Yeah man, them alright, man, I walk freely. And Andrew said he might change. When them talk about corruption, I have something here with corruption. I want to find it for plate, The man said, listen, when they told them I tell you them corrupt, saying the two party, the man said, listen, a good bad man and hypocrite. A good party are when you know you deal with it and you clear it. Come on, man. Come on. How Jamaica for run so? How Jamaica for run so? You can't run so, man. When the man for rush and talk up for the country and talk up for other countries too, and be some statement where, you go out there when you talk, you just attack and, in business, you just make them know the truth. The man not do that. He not do it. See? Me say that one here, but I say me can't find that one here. I want to find that one day, man, right there. See, him not do it. He not have no time for it. He not do it. See? Like him I said, chow. Put at one time, I'm not rough enough feathers. No feathers at all. When them in a parliament, are the biggest disrespect. In a parliament. Nothing good. Nothing good. Be a nice, be a things. See? Be a nice and be a things. Nothing good. And then when you look now, him raise, when you look here push, I think education get around 2 billion. JDF from 12 now get 26 billion. You'd have put that up 14 billion. But education. Go find in a health the other day, them pass 700 million. So them are fix up some machine and thing in the hospital. There. Remember the man them spend around 4 billion. Down at the Western Hospital there, you know. But them are put in AC system. 4 billion. But you have fix up the X-ray machine them 700 million. In the hospital them. 700 million. So the 4 billion were waste. But when they get nothing out of it could have fixed up the machine and leave our money and do other things. You know, there's something wrong. Something wrong. You have people who are return, who are return and them are returning resident. I mean, if you talk to other bedroom today, I must say, you know, I have enough bedroom that say buy home and do this and A and B and do some other things, eh? And then you have to ask yourself, if you get older, when you're there, you work, right? You work, you know. You work hard for much years, right? When you did an answer right, me a return, and you return when you're 70 and 70 odd. If something happened to you in one of them bush and them thing there, or you get an ambulance to go to hospital. Some people might have up some people and them thing there. Remember your body not so strong again and them thing there, and if any little thing happen to you, you know, you have to find your way out, you know. It's like you return for the state, so boom. The government should have say, you know, say, if we even uplift the health care because for them people that come back with their money and thing and put in some ambulances and thing because it's beneficial. And if it's beneficial now, them tell us, yeah? Them are criminal, man. Them tell us, say, the tourism, it wall up Jamaica. Them always support these things and all these things. Tourism, the number one earner, and it 95%. I don't know, okay, I can't count me in that. Saying, but 95% benefit from tourism. Well, Jamaica, and people, they go, yeah, but okay. Okay, you have some people just hear them, we don't think about it and say, yes, I threw the whole away. You know, indefinitely, because I remember say, I want the US dollars. But yes, still, them lock down the tourism, it will benefit off of tourism, you know. But yes, still, it locked down for year and add, lockdown, zero. Or we get by. If it shows us we get by without tourism, we have to go do some more away, or it locked down, we get by. Because you say you lose 2.5 billion, but yet still, people in the diaspora send over 3 billion, over 500 million US more than with the tourism money that run in and say boom, bam, bam. And by the way, the money I did even before them come talk it because it always are going in. More than what the tourists are spend. But tell me what, you just push it one side and none of that. None of the money that you want me to have, but you have to think about the amount of barrel. The hundreds of thousands of barrel will value billions with food and clothes items and things for family and friends and the neighbors and everybody. And people are spend they must spend much them get more than 2 billions and things like from school, hospital and things. You have some people gather, you know, and gathering things, you know, and them charity, you know, and I run that differently, you know. That are different money, you know. Just look much people run charity and all kind of things. See, you have to respect the diaspora, man. You see me I say? And don't tell people say everybody and you depend on tourism when you know say, okay, lockdown. I wanna get them foreign dollars there. Then I diaspora, send it in and make one have it. Right now the same thing it reach around near the 3 billion already. By the end of the year, it passed 3 billion. But them collect already through remittances and everything from diaspora. I want to not show them respect and none at all. You see me I say? Don't tell me about my tourism because most of the money from tourism go back to foreign, you know. And that's the truth. See? Go back to foreign, when they get to and when we have tourism and fun, no road now fix another, I could not fix up something. I remember people pay them taxes and them things that you know. See? So if you stop driving a car them man, a car thing there, stop it man. They couldn't look bad now, man. Stop driving the car there. Them come and them fix the road and them and remember you know, them do the road. Taxpayers' money have finna that to deal with what them a deal with. See the thing yeah? When we want to play. See the thing when we have to play yeah? See taxpayers' money have to deal with what them a deal with. And you still and like you can get for drive on the road free, now go work. And you give them concession for like 50 years. 50 years and them get land and everything. they take foreigner, and when you look at beer land, a good leader, you don't know, say, yo, you can't fill up your place with so much foreigner, too much Chinese that want every wholesale. Some of them people who have them little style. It's simply them have money if you have them wholesale, you know. Because when them have the wholesale, Grace and other people, remember more on wholesale too. They have more than one time run them kind of shop and them thing. You see? Saying so me know. See? So Grace and them people there, them give you things on consignment if you want it. If you want to do it, them do it. See? And you pay for 30 days or you never work out that. So it work. You understand? So them people here, you just want to have the space. You could have UDC, you could have make them, some of them people, but they them because style and them because stuck in situation. Why them people never hold nobody of them wholesale there? Me never see Chinese come and no black man place come buy nothing yet, you know. For overseas come and support you, you know. Them support themselves. Me never see them go for driver's license, but them have it. Me never see them do nothing, them just, they buy them, I never see them not get to yet. I live behind some zinc fence, some Chinese come in and I live. Them live like first world citizens in our country. We get beat down, not them. You understand? This is how me talk to you now, Andrew. This is how me talk to you. Look on this. Look on this, people. Look here. Look here. Look on this.
We find the evidence that what we have today in Jamaica is the most corrupt administration that has ever held office in the history of our country since independence.
What is this man talking about? Well, make me make the statement, backed up by facts, that the PNP is the most corrupt political organization in the Caribbean.
Pushing scandal.
If you go back to 1989, which is a long time ago, you would have hear about the Rollins land deal scandal.
Police use car scandal.
If you go back to 1990, you remember the zinc scandal after Hurricane Gilbert.
FLA scandal.
You have the furniture scandal. Then you have the Shell waiver scandal.
$8 million food bill scandal.
Then you have a big scandal in 1992 over the illegal importation of motor vehicles. Then in 1993, we hear some man a buy US dollar out of the back of them car all over. Big scandal.
$9 million travel scandal at TTDCO. The government have more scandal in it than Riverton City have scandal back.
You hear about the corrupt distribution of land in Holland. You hear about the Operation Pride scandal. Then in 1997, you have the FinSac scandal.
And then we have the super scandal, the Petrogen scandal. That one has everything in it.
And then now you have the mother of all scandal, the traffic guru scandal. You remember that?
Friends of the government collecting money for travel, but not traveling.
The Montego Bay street people scandal. The fat cat salary scandal. You remember NetSurf? Yes.
Friends of the government getting jobs at 3 times the pay that the previous occupants of the job had. While at the same time, long-serving, loyal, patriotic civil servants being fired from jobs.
Then you have the Sandals White House scandal. Then now after that, you come up with the Cuban light bulb scandal. You remember that? You have the Hanover Parish Council scandal.
Friends of the government and activists for the JLP getting jobs in organizations for which them don't have qualifications.
Then you have the chickpea scandal. Then you have the dead baby scandal. Then you have the bad gas scandal. Then you have now the parish council in a Manchester scandal.
Friends being awarded contracts by breaking the procurement rules
scandal?
Never in our history have we heard of a government entering into verbal contracts. No paper, no sign. Just word of mouth. $23 billion. What madness is this going on in our country now, Saka?
You can't cuss me when you corrupt.
Thank God for the opposition in parliament.
You can't cuss me when you're corrupt. How do you hear this?
Thank God for the PAAC and the PNP members and the PAAC.
We already know that in bad mind him the likes of people prosper. And now we know that him is
You want prosper though? Andrew, come on. So your bad mind, people prosper, alright?
but a hypocrite.
Hypocrite.
There will always be in every government, regardless of jurisdiction,
This more to than listen. Every government, just listen this good.
people who breach the rule, people who use their power unjustly, unfairly, and unduly. The mark of the good government is that when it is done, there is no cover-up. When we face our challenges, there is no one who could criticize this government to say that we were covering up corruption. No.
Corruption, okay. So me just ask, me never say corruption, me just ask a real weed. Me never say Petro Jamaican, me just a real weed. I'm Pinnock. And then we can just go and name down the road. Say now cover up no corruption, right? You understand? Alright, okay.
The Jamaica Labour Party stands firmly against corruption, and we will put in place and have been putting in place the measures to address it.
So these are the things I'm going to tell you with him. You see when him tell us say you stand firm against something, me not believe that. Him got anything where him say, like I'm say, keep your hold the government accountable. Him say ma do good in a crime. Man say ma do good in a crime. Hold the government accountable. Yeah? And if you just stick out against the government for not doing enough to deal with crime. Him tell you, no? Him tell you. Raise a voice in concert. Him just say, I want thing in both parties, them do things, but him make sure if anything, no corruption, because there is no cover up or nothing. You know, fire the man. Here, Angela said, retire. When you retire, you get a full money and full pension. And if you go retire in the public interest. You couldn't be a little man, so you say you take money from school and all kind of thing, and you retire in the public interest. You go to prison. So if you retire, come on. Stop talking about retiring in the public interest. So Jamaica now move no way, so them no lock up, them people not get locked up or nothing at all. We'll just get back 5 more years. Not teaching. And remember, I'm not supposed to run nobody kid that teach them. He's not supposed to run up, he's not supposed to supervise no teacher, what teach about the kids neither. And you put him over them. That is an embarrassment. You understand? Him teacher, him first chuck off of them things, no more, no school, nothing at all. And let me tell you this. By the way, I'm not supposed to get the money. Yeah, conflict of interest. Because you take him out and you can't say special leave. Because when you look now, him did want to run him, remember Mottley Lawrence. Then buy him out of the position, send him over CMU, he never even did it, but he might get paid. He was an advisor to a man, to Pinnock, when know the seas. They're coming like Aquaman. You know Aquaman is that swimmer called the dolphin and the shark and the whale them. So him know the seas. Oatmeal, we don't know if water can pass for his knees. Because some people, water can pass them neighbor. You understand? So, me don't know. You understand? But yes, still, him your advisor. Some people will get paid. Listen, you can't have a man advise you. Me do music now, and you just catch a man and just say, advise don't say, but you can tell me about music. And even me do building work, but me know for decades and deal with. You can't tell a man over me with us come, I'm going to know nothing about building or nothing, if you advise me for the what. Saying? You must have get some cash. Because I don't know what I do. So you have to send a man to advise me. And I get millions. And when you look now, what the same man, you don't get the seat in a center. But them a caretaker if him win or not, but I up them that run. So him no leave from the school, you know. Remember government money this, you know, taxpayers money, you know. I pay him, you know. Yeah, as a principal, same way, you know. And you still him at the head for even the school or you forget double pay. The whole of them money you have to give back. You can't say you take special leave when you're in that ministry there. That make it worse. When you go to a minister, you have to go let go this. You can't have them 2 jobs. They are foolishness, this man. You understand? And as him say, hold them accountable. Not nobody else tell me that. Andrew, you tell me that. See there? I'm going to play it again. This is how you tell people to do. See ya? Hear what you say?
All well-thinking Jamaicans should raise their voice in concert against the high levels of crime and against the government in not doing enough in controlling crime.
Play it again. But just remind you again, Andrew. I have the footage them for play them. I have to remind you, you know.
All well-thinking Jamaicans should raise their voice in concert against the high levels of crime and against the government in not doing enough in controlling crime.
So we have to raise the voice in concert, you know, and them say well-thinking Jamaicans, by the way. Him tell you. So things where you say, you know, it to come and answer, you know, if you say, all right, hear this now. If you say you're going to do the thing and you're going to run the place better than them thing, you may expect that. You could have stayed till everyone do a matters law. You good. From the not change up, from the country I run right and everything. But you cannot run on the country and then nobody must talk to you and then some people are advise the wrong way. You know business about nobody and no business about yourself. Only thing you love so bad mind. Poor people fear big house. All them are big house. Police, most of the police them in the force them are constable. See, me not thought one them with no rank. Because them are constable with either call them rank and them are constable sex speak and them are the power constable. But them have them rank. But I thought the one them without, you know, no rank. Most of them, just constable. With no title, nothing attached. See? And them will never buy one of $9 million house by themselves. Because them pay, not allow, don't allow that. And there is no way you can take the money where people are sure that is a compulsory money this with them draft and you pay. National Housing Trust. And then you can build $37 million unit. 2-bedroom unit. We're full of flood. We're full of flood. I don't know, and then you watch and Joe. Them use the money where they say, no, I'll be a people I'll get fired, this now start or nothing. And you allow them to build it. I've found a friend. Which one of them poor people are there? And any one of them police I get the unit? Any one of them local police they rank under the rank. I'm not talking about no rank and no file. The local constable them and DC. Any one of them can get one of them couple of them unit there? Even 40 of them give them it. And get couple of them out of it. You have to have like 6 million, man. To qualify for one of them, man. I remember maintenance come with that, you know. Because they charge a big piece of food for maintenance every month. Even if you could find the money and buy it, you know. If you one thing with them thing, I better you own your own land and bill, have your own place. Because when you buy one of them things, even if you have a cash, you have a bag of money, you buy that now. See? The maintenance money when they charge, it will come up to a couple thousand well. Maybe I'll 30, 40, 50 grand for maintenance. Because you have to pay an extra amount of money for that, you know. So if you can pay like even 40,000 for maintenance, it's coming like 50,000 or even little more because it depends on the price and the material set that come to this. Although you pay feet if you have cash to pay feet. You still have to pay maintenance like you pay rent. Then time you not pay that, they might take you to court. But I buy that with somebody for my house stop. Me can help me feel like if put a balcony for my house stop, I can't do because people are up for my house stop. And then I can't bore nothing through my floor because people be below it. That don't make no sense. And my wall is up sheer. Eh? No, sir. You don't want them kind of place them, man. That make no sense. And then, you know, housing just shouldn't do that neither. And the people them should like the amount of thing and just sit down and just run and do like and nobody them to come out and say raise them voice in concert and say you need to stop it. You need to stop it now. Yeah, man, if you raise the voice in concert and go rushing, man. You understand? Too much of them foolishness here. See? The man locked down, I don't know who advise him about the COVID. The man used by the busiest day. That's what I know say, it's not right. The man used by the busiest day, on a Saturday. Remember, you know, when people are work you know, on a Saturday, now them that go a market and all kind of thing, woman, this, that, and all kind of things, and the place well crowded, especially downtown. More than 1 million people pass through this up on a Saturday. See? And the man lock it down to like around at 12 o'clock. For around 17, 12 in the morning. So if you buy where you buy and you have to come off of the street by 12. So you lock it down at 5 window. I don't know who advise you. But me can tell you this, who advise them stupid. Them, I don't know who school them go on, university and all them bright. But that are the stupidest thing they ever see. Because although you talk about crime management unit, most people there them yard by 5, 6 o'clock if them can come off of the road go work. You know, them just want to go home, bathe and quiet up themselves and them good. Yeah man, them too quiet too man. Saying, Gorilla Glue catch them. And them I get paid. Gorilla Glue hold them, you know. See? Yeah, but we have to go and talk up now, because we have to have one thing and we notice the media not talk about certain things. Instead of you come out, we know say, well, you try to make a gas station and look at them thing. They talk factual to the people and talk truth. No, if COVID will fight, so we're gonna lock you up if you're up on the street. Most of the people, if you don't fight COVID and COVID are gonna spread through the whole day when more people out there and bungle up. You spread it more. You understand? You spread it more. So you try to bungle up the people them now one little window at a time and then more no movements there. And you know what people did in no movements there too? The gunman them must salute you. You might have sound stupid, but that's way what I tell you. See, enough thing I teach you, you know. Let me tell you this. Them know say boy police are out there's a boom bam bam and no movements. They have some man will live in a community. Them know the man the yard and the man they know the man the yard. Them know say okay, if him dip on the road, him gonna move but no movements there. You what gonna do is when them come out, they might take a push out him head. We know say him nah move so. That day and a day there are no movements there. That means man they home. Man go lay away team. Maybe between just attack and say boom boom, but we have it long time, you know. So we have to just come repeat or come say the thing as is. Because I want to talk to him and I want to talk about that. See? No movements there, cause the whole of them, enough of them, they even 11-year-old girl, they get pregnant in a St. Thomas. But for your granny should get locked up for that, yeah? I know some mistake, no watch it. Even if you're my sister, me not tell you so they want to lock you, because me that report you. You understand? Me not tell you, me that report you. You understand? I just reality. Or if you have an 11-year-old daughter, you have a run bar in your place, and you make man attack to an 11-year-old kid, and go on that tree and go around some corner with your granddaughter. Granny, come on, man. You rum, he may not drink none of my rum. But if a granddad know that couldn't happen, none of them watch. Can you come round me and you come this and you giggle. You see my little granddaughter and I giggle. You're mad. You're a big man, you want, no, but me a man, no, you know, say, you have to go wear some denture. Yeah, man, if you don't have no, you have to go wear a couple of them, man. You know, the foolishness. You understand? So granny, you forget charge. But the no movements there cause that enough more. Can cause some big old ear chest man. For trouble some little school picnic. Some little underage picnic. But through them now come up because them get money. So them now have the money, them now have them hungry. And when you look at man do some boom boom and come with a 5 bills and a grand. And she gone through 2 little bush and can you imagine what going on, man? The amount of germs supposed to run and STI run up and all kind of thing, no movements they cause it. Because a man if he say him have sense, that is stupid. If you know charge people when they have nothing, they might run up and down vote and you say, and the judge them, we could send a strong, they want to send strong message to Almila. When you just charge him a little money. Somebody else worries. Somebody else worries. See? We not send a strong message to Almila. We not send a strong message to Patrick Bailey. We not send a strong, and you talk about corruption and you lie at this. And you work on corruption. See? So you don't have petrol them Wheatley, the man Wheatley. Me just see them just take time and put him one side. Nobody say nothing about him. You see me I say? Them just put him one side. Nobody not say nothing about him again. See? So no strong message just sent to these people and got some little people. When you get up people and them little thing there. See? The no movements there and them little thing and all keep some people locked away. And when you look when them locked away, how can nothing happen? Enough of them little girls that get assaulted. And enough of them big men should have their prison. And a joke enough to stop it. Yeah man, them use them like left, right and center man. Enough of them baby them duck them out. You no believe some big dirty thinking man when supposed to grab 2 and put our foot for them pocket and little bit of them have. Eh? Not even you argue one. A matter of fact, you don't even want your ag mix up with them, you know. You don't want your ag mix up. You want you have ag. I don't mean you talk, so I don't mind. Because ag bite them too, you know. And some wild boy, you know, for make them get for boring up, man. You see me I say? And then government charging, police charging for bestiality. You know, to think, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, you're a white chest, man, them two, them enough to, man. But them not think about the effect of the action with them take. But these action we take, these are the effect of these actions. You understand? Them not think about it. Them don't want to know about it. Them just take action. And you them take action in Jamaica now. It's like police want to make some money. And then just advise the government and say, but them not the seatbelt, you know. If $1,000, you say $1,000, and I say, boy, that not work, you know. You have to run at them $20,000. You want me to give a little, hey, let me give a little rundown, no? I give a little rundown. Because you have to drop your little thing them night, you know. So, you'd have a man, when he is Sam. See a place up in St. Thomas, them talk about him. And you used to talk about him enough, you know. Up in St. Thomas. And him now, then said up he did box him. So him love say mercy God. Fuck that. So him talk with a stammer. So him mother did a cook rice and thing, and you know for them country people believe that them duppy. And mother used to feed duppy. So he go cook the rice to and put pea, salt and pepper and feed and duppy gravy, and duppy must box him. So mercy. So I work with a man now. The man who I work with have him ask them when I buy boil the banana them. In the cursing, the big pan them. Yeah, what do you call it? The big pan them. What them used to call them pan again? You remember the big square pan them? Yeah, we cut out. What we call them again? What we call them pan again? A cursing pan we call them? The big pan them. Long time that I don't remember what they call them big pan. You remember them pan there? Yeah? Like island in them, you know. But it's square, you know. You remember them pan there, you just cut it and then boil food in it and do that kind of thing, see? You remember them pan there? Zinc pan. Them pan there, remember them pan? Alright, so him work with the man. Him work with the man, you know. Man have him feel and everything, you know. But him work with the man that said him go catch water and go cook the food and then put it there for cool, you know, the butch. Where they call the butchery now with the market. Remember Barna told me, that's why I remember the name of it. The kitchen. But you call it a name. Cursing, yeah man, cursing tin, man. And them me attack, man. So in the kitchen, so in that put down the act feeding for cool. You know, same good gonna out the act feeding. Walk around with the banana them, they walk and yam out the man act feeding. The man go there and go tell him say, you know, say somebody and me act feeding mercy God. Fuck God. Set for them. And he knows how yam out the man act feeding, you know. So the man say, alright. Man say, man set for him. And the man set for them. And where you look now, he come and cook that feeding. And like him say, Mr. Joe, me gone. I just come down and the man dead and man go to bed the night. And the man sit down there and wait. And I set for him. You don't know who the man see now after 12. I take come class. No him. Go in the butchery and call it the kitchen. Go in the gonna out the man have food and them thing there. Go in the gonna meet out man. Next morning you come on, Mr. Uncle Joe, yam out there feeding. You say, alright man, it's alright. But him sister him. Yeah, boy, Sam. So the next day, no, in the same day, in the evening now when food for cook, him run about to catch water in a cursing thing. Mr. Joe said, no man. It make wife have some clothes that she wash out her underwear and them thing there. So that never use cook the food and throw it in there and boil the food and boil it and put it in there. You know, he said no come near no more though. You remember that damn it out, man. Man not doing nothing, you know. Man can set himself. This is where Andrew them do. Just set when we are opposition and he just say some things and him say some right things. But if him that live up to it, would have get a better Jamaica. Because you think say, oh, him attack, you think say, okay, the man have come clean. Him have serious. See? No corruption, we not stand feet and nothing at all. It's a different thing in Japan. So him set up him own self. Same like Samia. Set up him own self. You understand? And I think the man is outside the man, I think is a sheep. And you're a wolf. Andrew, you're a wolf. You understand? Who you think Andrew is? Who you say Andrew is? Prime Minister? No, I'm a wolf. No, I talk, but I might laugh now, make it sound, but a serious thing. You let down Jamaica, man, you let down the people them big time. I better didn't make man a yard. I lead them. Because see what man a yard, if them come say something different thing. But you can't come and say you do something, and then you go and find something different, and you're back. Everything that's wrong, nobody not going to jail or nothing. So what I take you serious. Let me tell you this. Even the climate of people voting, say them strict labor right and strict PMP, people get wiser now. And I like with grandmother and with great grandmother, we couldn't read and write. I couldn't understand nothing. So you have to, you know, you just translate things to them and tell them what you want to them and speaking at some big word when they hear that. Them say, yeah, I'm bright, and we hear chat straight. You just chat and them say, yes, I'm bright, and I'm bright. You understand? And then them pass a little thing and people say, yeah, boom, bam, bam. No. You understand? You can't trick people again. And the diety thing, that die out. People are looking at them. Remember enough, if you have 3 million people in the diaspora, come on now. You know, some people travel. See? You don't come with a general thing, them and a whole long people. You never stop it, man. A time fit stop. You see what I say? A time fit stop, man. So him one word coming and aunt him everything what the man say. Him do the opposite and hurt himself. Him set the one trap, you know, for himself, and then, yeah, man, bless up. Him set the one trap for himself, and then the man live above that. You know how to trap yourself, man. Can you tell people what to look out for? You will tell people to look out for the government, see, and hold them up. Well-thinking, critical thinker.
Against the high levels of crime.
Yes.
And against the government in not doing enough in controlling crime.
So when you talk now, them tell you something else. Alright, let me show you the next thing. I'm going to just waste to them and I bet you not talk. Remember when the money, I think Peter Philip, and them they said the money I moved from the 88 and it gone to 140. And Andrew said, you see the money when it devalue. Oh, it a mash up the economy and it a do this and it a right. Because I like we have produced something I send out there for make it and it a balance some things that, you know, we are compete and we are make some great money. And it, no, I'm right. So him thought the right thing there. See? So, you know, Peter Phillips come and say, well, float and through this and that economy. Nobody no wants them dollars, so you hurt the people them. You push them on there. Like me I work, my money not value nothing. It's like a man up, when I say monopoly money, you know. I like monopoly where you literally go buy and I play with them monopoly with them the class and the money that we have. Which part you can spend? Not even 80. Because the money is stronger than 41. See? 156 now. It's stronger. So not even 80. So him did say when it's at 114, where it reach now. But yes, still him have the finance minister say, don't watch the devalue of the dollar. You know, watch this. But Nigel come and talk about. Nigel, come on, man. Not throw your name Clark, don't make you sound like Santa. No do that, man. You understand? And what am I talking about? Eh? Yeah, man, you can't make the thing sound like Santa, man. Yeah, man, no, him a vampire, then you say vampire, we say wolf, that means him a werewolf. Eh? They say, hey Clark, you say, they say the PM is a vampire. And me say wolf. Say I'm a werewolf. Yeah, man. You see me I say? So himself for years were voice in concert and they were for show him. Remember one time, alright, see there? And him take it to social media too, you know. I love it and then start calling yourself for a bro God that a sin again. Because when you see yourself as a God, that means a devil, you know. Yeah, man, you have to see myself as a human being, I call myself no God. Eh? That's why the man has swing on God the powers. Because me take it serious. You understand? I'm brush off Clark. So God you know, push out God the powers and it's so bad. Them ship it off show that make even everything weaker. Because them can't go anytime, you know. Them can't go anytime. But me I say you can't take an economy and it's stronger and then you get it weaker. Each time somebody else come, them they even build it back. And then you have the IMF Regard I wish you now, Lagard, or cigar, I wish you want him. It come and say, oh, Jamaica will grow around 8% in the physical here. And we don't come tell me about grow where? What planting for grow? What we are planting for grow? Rice? I don't think we have the rice. How much rice we have, boy? Eh? Rice? You talk about planting and pay money them a catch. A matter of fact, me just see something on the paper again today. Them US, them are sure say USK. Them say 1,000 people benefit from the 12 million US grant where them send for fight the COVID. 1,000. 1,000. So if you get 12 million US and it's only 1,000 people, how much money them get so? Like 1,200. 1,200 US. Me don't know nobody in Jamaica get 1,200. Me know them are not $10,000. So it will be one. Let me see if I can find it. 1,000 people benefit from the $12 million. Let me say me did save that thing because it shocked me too. I want to say me save it. I say I put it because I always like save them thing. Then I say me have it here so. 1,000 people benefit from the 12 million. Let me say me have it. See? I say me have it here. I say me can't find it. When you see today, in the paper, 1,000, I say me can't find it. But if I say me can't find that one here. Because that one, just check it. If you get 12 million US, you have to talk about each person get 1,200 US. That's 1,000. Because 1,000 them get $1,000. That are like a 12 million and 1 million. 12 million, right? Yeah man. So I'm missing something. So 10 people I get a 10 to more than no something wrong. That's a joke. This a joke. 12 million US. This a joke. I'm gonna check up something. 10 people are 10,000. That means 100 people is 100,000. See? You understand? So 100 people, 100 people that be a million. A 12 million, you know? A 12 million or 1 million. No, sir. Never look at 12 million. I'm more than that. 1,000 people that be a million, right? So it wouldn't be 1,000 they get. It wouldn't be 1,200 they get neither. Because remember just look at 12 million them say, because 1,000, but the money gone. And a 1 million US, and a like 1.2 million US, you know. 12 million. 12 million. So and a 1 point, so them they get more than that. Enough time more than that. Same? Say 1,000 people them in them could get a 10,000 each. US. Let me look if I really that. But on then. Let me really look on this. Okay, I want to I couldn't $12 million. Let me say I can't find it, people, because I wanna jerk me the while. Let me just see something. Cause me just I take something fast. You see? Yeah. 100 people. 100,000. 200. So 1 million that be if you give them 1,000. See? If I 1,000 people that 1 million. If you give them 2,000, if you give them 10,000, that be 10 million. And I think them get 12 million. You see it? So them they get 10,000 each. Them they get become more than 10,000. If I 12 million me really see. You see that? Well on. Them said 1,000 people. Alright, let me say I can't find it. We don't want because we like see the thing in front of me, you know. We like see it in front of me, you know. Because this is what I show you. Them get that from US Embassy. Alright, let me just look on this. Let me just look on it and me tell you. Hold on. Because if I 10 million, you get 10,000 each. If I 1,000 people benefit from it, 10 million. So there are 2 million with a bust it up. And with that, you understand? So with that, so much you get out of that each. Soon bust up that too. See? So you don't get 10,000. See? So each person I get $1.5 million. Me say 1,000 people benefit. Let me see this. me see if I want one. Right, let me see if I it. Let me see something. Show me see this. Show me save this. I have to find this, you know, because I want to. Let me see which people I see it, you know. Because me know me see this. See, today. I'm sure 12 million, me say no 1 million. All right, see, let me see if I this. US provide. All right, people, see that? Funding. Over 12, see that one resident, see that? See that? I mean, I want to lie upon them. So, me just put 1,000 and a 12 million by the way, see that? Just over 1,000 with it. Remember, you know, if you read 1,005, that's over 1,005 resident. You just say over, so maybe a little bit. So I leave there 2 million for them. So you tell me, over 1,000 resident of vulnerable communities have benefit from the United States government provision of 12 million US towards Jamaica national coronavirus response since the onset of the pandemic. Where the money are going, people? So take out the other 2 million because him say over 1, but can't remember if him reach over 2,000 people, that's say 1,005. Him say over 1,000. So it could be 1,100, 1,000 something. So me leave half the 2 million. Just remember use the 10 million out of this. So them that get 10,000 each. 10,000 US. Nobody at all get that. That's a 1.8 million. That 1.56 million. Eh? Who get that money here? But them I show you how much people them give. Eh? How much people benefit? You see it? See there? See there? So when them collect their money, them pocket it because of $10, 10,000 them give people. 10,000. Eh? $10,000. But look on this. These are what people now read. These are what people for make nice about. You understand? He said that include vouchers to acquire basic items such as food and personal care product. We have also provided vulnerable youth from the community with about 2,000 tablets and laptop so they could continue their educational. So them also provide. See there? We also provide. So this now have nothing to do with the money. Them say we also provide 2,000 laptop. So 2,000 tablets and laptops. You see me I say? So this is what them do, you know. See? So them that speak at US Embassy today, yesterday's Pegasus Hotel, New Kingston on Tuesday. The briefing was used on yesterday's. So them also provide 2,000. When we see them give a laptop, them give a 2,000. But the money I shot me. For just over 1,000 people. So I believe the 2 million and just say 10 million. I believe the 2 answer 10 million. All this go. That means each person I get just check 1,000 people. And say take 10 million out of this and leave the other 2 million for who else today. Me no know nobody get 10,000 US. Because 10,000 US 1.56 million, you know. Eh? Say for 1,000 people, them could have get 10,000 US out of this. Each. 10,000 US each. See? You know what them get? 10,000 Jamaican. Them get 10 grand Jamaican. What the money they gone? By the way, to the exchange rate, even me take off the 0.6. To the exchange rate, then we just put it up like 256 and here 60 that. See? I'm here 160 that. 156. See? So it get so but 10 million, it'll be $1.56 billion. 1.56. You understand? 1.56. Remember, you know, if it were put on the 6, I say a 150, there are 2 million, 300 million. 300 and something million that. So it really run off nearly 2 billion. See? You understand? 1.9 in them range. I go 1.8 and 3, 5, 8. So it run off to near 2 billion. Not the far from it. See? Not the far from it. But you're still 1,000 people. And the same money, same amount of Canada give them the same 1.8 billion and European give them the, so the man get money and they get free everything, but we don't know how the money turn. But you tell me 1,000 people benefit from this, and you see the line out long and 10,000 Jamaican them get. So you give them on them, if you give them 10,000 US, who should only get $1.8 million? Only they not get 20,000. So this could have benefit so much people. You can break down that time. I will tell you how much people that can benefit. See? You could have all right. So the 1,000. So if you push it by 10, you see? You give them 1,000 and push it by 10. Push the figure by 10. 10,000 people gonna get $1,000. Push it by 10. 1,000 US. Me not thought the can say one just over 1,000. So me not go over. Me not push it over. Use that 2 million, you know. Me just have check the 10 million US. 10,000 people. And if you bust that, you gonna get 20,000 people, 500 US. Me not check the 2 million, you know. Yeah? And if you bust that in a 40,000 people, you could have given them 250 US each. See? How much are 250 US? I'm going to try to bust it and show you something, you know. How much are 250 US? Eh? How much are 250 US? So that will come up to alright, 250 US. I'm going to bust it again before me move. Can I remember you get 10,000 Jamaican? See? So I say 40,000. So we could have bust it again and get 80,000 people and get 125 US. See, I get like nearly 20 grand. Can 15,600 plus you have an X. You have an X. 3,000 or so. And after that, food like 5,000. You get nearly like 20 grand something. Round this up. Same? If you bust that, if they get 100, remember the people them get 20 grand, them get 10. So if that same money could have bust again, if you give them 10 grand, then they get 160,000 people. That, and remember, me still have an X $2 million we me not touch. 160,000 people. How much money them get? 10 grand them give. See? 10 grand. 10 grand. I mean, I think they give so much people now that the 10 grand. And then them take back a bag of money from mass and everything. Government will not good to the people then, man. Behave on yourself, man. You know, say, I'll be a foolish system I go away. Eh? We calculate it pound fast and quick, you know. Because be a foolish system I go away. What that money they spend? But the man I tell him get 2,000 laptop and tablet. Where them they go? We don't know neither. You see me I say, let's up invest. You see me I say, so the whole of this stupid. But for hold them to account, like Prime Minister, you say it already, you know, for hold the account, you know. But have to, yeah? There, you know, have to keep it real, you know. Yeah? Lonesome up.